CLNSradio.com, the home of Internet Sports Talk Radio.
Hey, this is Sam Romanella at K&M All-Star Sports. You're listening to Technically Speaking on CLNS Radio. Back to you, Mike and Tim.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Technically Speaking, Mike Munger, Scotsman, Tim Donaghy. 347-215-7771. If you want to join us, give us your opinions here.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt about it. When you talk about negotiations and you talk about seasons not taking place, everybody is on edge and everybody wants to see this thing get worked out as quickly as possible. But the bottom line is that there's some issues out there that the owners want to get corrected. I've said this time and time again that these new owners are businessmen, and not only are they businessmen, but they're entitled to make money. And they're going to make sure that happens. And, to think that a deal is going to get done that's going to be along the lines of what's been out there the last couple years is just certainly not going to happen. I mean, whether you want to say that a hard cap is in place or not and come off of that, whatever contract is signed, there's going to be some form or some version of a hard cap, whether it's the penalty for going over the salary cap before was a dollar for dollar, what they call a luxury tax. I certainly believe that if there's not a hard cap in place, that they're going to have some type of clause in there that it's no longer a dollar for dollar, in a luxury tax. And, no owner is going to want to sign a player to these big contracts over their cap and pay 5 times of what they're actually supposed to pay the guy. So there's going to be certain things that they're going to get done, whether it's, quote, a hard cap or not. The NBA salaries are going to come to a complete and screeching halt like they did in hockey when they sat out that whole year.
Well, look, just for a point of reference here, the owners are sitting here crying poor, which I think is absolutely hysterical. But then an article came out showing the Forbes 400 list, the list of the top 400 most wealthiest people in the world, and there are 12 NBA owners on that list as we speak. Paul Allen from Portland, Rich DeVos from Orlando, Mickey Arison from Miami, Stan Kroenke from Denver, Tom Gores from Detroit, Mark Cuban, that's obvious, Glenn Taylor, the owner of the Timberwolves, Herb Simon from the Pacers, Dan Gilbert from Cleveland, Michael Heisley from Memphis, Donald Sterling from the Clippers, and Joshua Harris, the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers. These guys are all in the top 400 wealthiest people in the world. So for these guys to sit there and cry poor, I think it's absolutely ridiculous because
Mike, hold on a second.
Yep.
Mike, they can cry poor all they want. They can say whatever they want to say. When you own a business, which the NBA is, you're entitled to make a profit. You're entitled to set your own rules. You're the owner. When you're at a workplace and you don't like what you're being paid, you always have the option of getting up and going somewhere else. Okay? These players have the option of getting up and going somewhere else if they don't like the new collective bargaining agreement. The bottom line is, as these guys want to make money, it's a business. And they're going to, and they're entitled to. And I don't think that the public perception is going to be on the side of the players with the amount of money that they make for playing a sport. I just don't see it. I think that people, including yourself, are siding with these players, and I don't agree with it at all. I'm sorry. I just think it's it's a business, and the owners are able to set the rules.
Well, here's the thing. Look, yes, everybody knows if you own a business, you want to make a profit. You want to essentially determine what's going to happen with your business. But at the same time, if you don't have a product, here's the thing. You also can't compare the NBA as a business to regular businesses. It just doesn't work like that because not everybody's in their entertainment business. The players are the product. It's entertainment. It's sports. People don't go to the Boston Garden or the Staples Center. People don't go there to see the owners. They don't go there to see guys in suits. They go there to see the entertainers, which are the players on the floor. Now, let's just look back here to what the owners and David Stern have been saying essentially for the last few months. They're saying that they have been losing money since 2005. Well, if people remember, 2005 was when they signed the last CBA. On that CBA, they got the players to essentially concede to everything that the owners wanted. So the owners got their deal. It happened in 98, 99, too, when the players had to cave in because they weren't financially prepared. But in 2005, the players conceded to basically every owner's demand, and the owners got what they wanted. Now, they've been losing money since 2005. Well, when you sign a collective bargaining agreement, when you sign a business deal, you basically project what you think is going to happen over the length of that deal. So these owners have to be the dumbest sons of bitches out there to sign a deal that's knowingly going to cost them money that isn't going to benefit them. And now they're mad about it.
Again, we can debate this till the cows come home. And one thing I will agree with you on, it's no secret David Stern's a liar. It's no secret that he tries to, cook the books or whatever else he's trying to put out there. But the bottom line is, and I'm going to say it again, it's a business. And if they want to make X amount of dollars with their business plan in their business, they're entitled to do that. And that's what they want to do. And the players are entitled to go overseas, to get involved in a different league, and move in a different direction, just like any other unhappy employee of any other business.
But Tim,
so
these guys, the players are the product. The players are the business.
But if they don't want to put the product on the floor at that price, that's their prerogative. So go somewhere else.
But the players are the business for one, and yes,
yeah,
sure.
But if you don't want to put that business on, you're not going to. Obviously, it's their ball, and until they roll it out and they're happy with what the income is going to be for them, they're not going to roll that ball out. So the bottom line is, if you're unhappy with what they're offering, go somewhere else.
But you're missing the point here. The players aren't the ones.
Well, help me. I want to learn. Tell me, what point am I missing?
The players didn't go on strike. The players didn't say, well, we don't like the money we're making. We want to hold out for more money. That's not what's going on. The owners are the ones saying, oh, crap, we signed a bad deal. We're paying you guys this money. We've agreed to give you guys X amount of dollars. We're not.
Yeah, but that deal's over. That collective bargaining agreement is over. Now we're negotiating a new one. Just like in any other business, you negotiate what you're going to pay and what you're going to take in.
But why should the players have to give back, already pre-promised money to these guys that don't know how to run a business? And let's not forget, the numbers that they're saying they're losing, that's depreciation and interest that's included in that. So that $300 million is absolutely bogus. It is absolutely bogus.
I don't care if it was, $1. I don't care if they were profiting like you wouldn't believe. They're entitled to make as much money as they want in order to roll that ball out there. And if you don't want to sign the agreement, go somewhere else.
Okay, did the players pay themselves? Are these players paying themselves these outrageous salaries?
No, obviously the owners are moronic in some of these contracts that are allowing these GMs to sign, but still, it's their game. And they're entitled to make as much money as they want. And if not, if you're not happy, pick yourself up and find somewhere else to go.
Well, here's the thing. These owners a lot of these guys haven't been lifetime owners. I mean, you look at some of these guys, and they've owned their teams for a while. I think the guy it's not the guy in Philadelphia. No, there's a couple owners out there that have owned their teams for a long time.
Mickey Harrison, probably 20 years out there.
Yeah, I think the Buss family has owned the Lakers for a while. Sterling has been in charge of the Clippers for a while. There are owners out there that have owned their teams for a long time. But then you look at these guys that come in, they want to buy a team just to say they own a team, and then they're mad when it doesn't work out the way they want. Again, not the player's fault.
What do you mean it doesn't work out? You're buying a business to make money. I don't know too many people, no matter how much money you have, that want to get involved in something and not give a shit if you lose money.
But when you're the reason that you're losing money, why is that the employee's fault?
It's not. It's the system in place. So therefore, get a system in place where everybody is under the same set of circumstances. You can pay a certain amount in salaries. It's fixed. They know what their cost certainty is. Whether they can control themselves or not, that's their problem. Here it's set in stone.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Now, look, I agree with you that players get paid a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, I think we both agree. I think most fans out there generally agree that athletes don't necessarily need to get paid $20, $25 million a season. I don't think we're in disagreement on that. But when you're promised a certain amount of money, and then you have a contract, because let's be honest here, there's a lot of players who still have a contract. These owners right now, they're asking the players to give back some of the money that they've already agreed to in the contract.
They're not asking to give back anything, Mike. Contract stated that if certain things took place and certain things were triggered, that certain salaries needed to give back a percentage. The players agreed to that. It's nothing new. It's nothing that's now just coming out of thin air. It's something that was in that last agreement, that if player salaries went over a certain amount or if NBA owners didn't get a certain amount, it would come out of the salaries. And that's what's taking place. The players signed that. They agreed to that.
But now they're asking for another reduction in salaries, of existing salaries. They want a 5% decrease this year, a 7.5% reduction for the 2012-2013 year, and a 10% reduction for 2013-2014. They're asking these guys to cut their salaries for contracts they've already agreed to.
Go somewhere else.
Why? Well, I mean, so what you're saying is the owners are allowed to back out on a deal that they've already agreed to.
They're not backing out. Bottom line is there's a collective bargaining agreement in place. And if they sign it, it's part of the collective bargaining agreement. If you don't want to sign it, sit out and see how long you can play chicken.
So
you're not going to win.
So you think that these owners saying, well, give us back the money or go play somewhere else because we don't need you think it's going to be better off business-wise for the Stars to go play somewhere else because the owners are a bunch of stupid businessmen? You think that's going to help their product? You think that's going to earn their business more money? No. They're going to lose more money. If you don't have the product to put on the floor, you're going to lose a lot more money.
They're going to have a product, but the bottom line is some owners don't want to put that product out on the floor because they're losing more money by playing these games, opening these arenas, and paying these salaries rather than getting a new collective bargaining agreement in place to where they can be profitable.
See, I think the problem completely lies with the owners. I think that you have certain owners who just don't care. They don't care about the product they put on the floor. They can argue hard cap, soft cap all they want. If teams that suck can only spend $45 million when you had essentially no salary cap, you could have a luxury tax. What makes you think that they're going to be able to spend $60 million for a hard cap when they couldn't do it when they essentially had all the money in the world to play with? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. I think you have too many guys that, yes, it's a business, but at the same time, you have to be smart. You have to realize that you have to be a fan of what's going on. You have to care about your business. And if you don't care about the business and you're only doing it because, well, guess what, I want to own a basketball team, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons and you need to sell. Because these guys aren't losing as much money as they say they are. If you look at this summer we had 4 new ownership groups come into place. Teams aren't going to buy into bad businesses.
Right.
If not, they're idiots.
You're looking at this as what it's been in the past as a hobby for some of these owners, like a Mark Cuban who has billions of dollars. It's not anymore. It's not anymore. I know we're up against the break. Great segment. Let's go to commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk about this Michael Vick, Tom Brady situation and how quarterbacks are either protected or not in some of these games that are taking place.
CLNSradio.com, the home of Internet Sports Talk Radio.